Welcome to Promotion and Sales Roadshow Training. The contents of this module will include appearance, mindset, representation, and sales fundamentals. Let's start with appearance. You will need to dress appropriately, as most stores and vendors will have a dress code. Take the initiative to find out if vendor-specific attire is required. Be well-groomed and look the part. Tattoos need to be covered, and the only visible piercings, if you have any, should be in your ears. How you appear improves what your customers hear. Next is your mindset. When you arrive, choose to have a good attitude. Be confident, be enthusiastic, and be upbeat. People appreciate help from someone who's alert, attentive, and in a good mood. Representation. Stand in front of the display and be visible. In general, strive to be approachable and inviting. More interaction with customers will result in more sales. Note, store management reports when representatives are absent. Customer interaction. When customers talk, they don't walk. Smile. Make eye contact. Even when talking to customers, acknowledge new customers walking up with friendly eye contact. Be genuine. You really want to help them. Product knowledge. You can't sell if you can't tell. You will need to be able to talk about the product in your conversation with customers. We will cover how to share the product knowledge in a few moments in the sales process section. Read your training materials. Customers need you to be the expert. Know all of the colors, sizes, options, etc. If you don't know the answer, do not make it up. Tell the customer you'll find out, get their contact information, and follow through. The sales process. A guide to learning how to navigate through the steps of a sale. As a promotional sales representative, you are truly a salesperson. The customer looks to you as an expert and a representative of the product. Acquiring general sales skills will allow you to perform more confidently and increase your value as a representative to more vendors and products. Learning new and different sales techniques is like adding tools to your toolbox of skills. Much like a mechanic, having the right tool for the right job can be crucial in completing the repair, or in this case, making the sale. But how do you recognize what to do and when to use the appropriate technique? Knowing this can be the difference between making the sale and losing it. This is learned by increasing your knowledge of the sales process. Maybe you've never sold anything before, but you have a desire to learn. Maybe you're great at starting a conversation, but you don't sell as much as you could because you hesitate to ask for the sale. Maybe you're too aggressive and jump to asking for the sale too soon before value has been established. Maybe you're just kind of a natural at selling, but haven't really been able to identify why some people buy and others don't. Learning the fundamental steps of a sale will help you no matter where you feel your sales knowledge is right now. Let's use the analogy of a funnel. The concept of the funnel is designed to give you a reference as to where you are in the sales process with a potential customer. The idea is to lead the customer step by step down to the bottom of the funnel and ultimately ask for the sale. Knowing the steps of a sale is like leading someone to a destination that you are already familiar with. This is also helpful in recognizing someone that will not move down the funnel with you. There is no need to start regurgitating all your product knowledge to someone that has not identified a want or need for your product yet. Let's preview the 5 steps of the sale and then go into some detail regarding each one. Step 1. Engage. Step 2. Probe with questions. Step 3. Identify the want or need. Step 4. Present the solution. Step 5. Ask for the sale. Step 1. Engage. Engaging the customer is your attempt to establish a dialogue. This step involves more than just saying hello or can I help you. A greeting is fine, but ideally you want to start a conversation. You're looking for a way to establish rapport. Rapport invites an exchange of comments, so consider something that might be a common interest, or give them a compliment as long as you can be genuine about it. Now, many of you will have to push yourselves a bit to be a little more outgoing than usual, but that's a critical part of the process to initiate conversation. Others of you have the gift of gab and no problem striking up a conversation. Just don't forget why you're there, and that's to sell and represent the product. This step can be a little uncomfortable because many salespeople have the fear of being rejected. Try not to take this personal. It goes with the territory. Any rejection you experience, you should try to associate with the role that you're in or the product, but not you as a person. Consequently, many customers raise their guard when approached by a salesperson, and they can come off more defensive than they mean to be. Just remember to be inviting and approachable. No one sells everyone. You're simply trying to find out if the product might have any value to the customer. Be positive, professional, upbeat, and be yourself. Now, sometimes you'll just connect with the customer and the conversation takes off, but it's also fine to keep it brief and move right along to the next step. Step 2. Probe with questions. After the ice has been broken and some level of rapport has been established, you want to lead the conversation with questions that will trigger their curiosity or expose what they're interested in. Your questions and statements will vary depending on the product, so consider the type of problems the product solves as well as the benefits it offers when developing these questions and statements. People have drastically different opinions of value. Look at the variation of any product from jewelry to cars. The basis for determining a customer's perceived value of the product you're selling will be identified through asking questions. You want to ask questions before you start pitching all the great things about the product. If it's a replacement product for them, ask questions like, what did they like best about the previous model? What did they like least about the previous model? These types of questions are designed to help dig up some clues about what is important to the customer. Remember, you're trying to find out what their motivation for considering the product is. You should be leading the conversation, but not necessarily talking the whole time. Step 3. Identify the want or need. Customers will buy the same product for different reasons. Some will want it to satisfy a problem. Some will want it to avoid a problem, while some simply want it for the benefits it will bring them and they see it as a good value. The feedback from the previous step should have given you some clue as to what features you will present. Before moving on with this step, it's a good idea to reiterate what you understood their concerns or needs to be in order to make sure you understood them correctly. Pay attention to how the customer gives feedback. Does what they say relate to solving a problem or avoiding one? Or is it creating a better situation, like saving them time? Whatever they say, you are looking for the angle that's important to them. Once you feel you have an idea of what they've said, you can reiterate back to them with something like, so if I heard you correctly, the issue is this, whatever their issue was, and you're looking for a way to change things so you have more time to spend on whatever it is that they want to do. All you're doing is clarifying what they've said so you can address what's important to them. Step 4. Present the solution. Sales is finding out what the customer perceives as value through questions, and then raising their perception of that value by presenting what is important to them about the product. As soon as the value in their mind meets or exceeds the cost of the product, they have made a purchase and you have made a sale. Now you can tailor your presentation in a way that has the most value to the customer. Remember, in step 3, you are trying to identify their reason for wanting or needing the product. If it is to solve a problem, you can demonstrate how the product solves it, instead of pitching everything else about it that they didn't necessarily perceive as valuable. This can spare you from becoming the overselling, over-talkative type salesperson that most people just want to get away from. Step 5. Ask for the sale. While some customers will simply say, "I'll take it," others need to be asked to purchase. Once you have made the presentation, you've earned the right to ask for the sale. At this point, the customer will have to move up or down the funnel. If they move down, you've made the sale. But if they say no, they've moved back up a level for some reason. Attempt to clarify what is stopping them from moving forward with the purchase and determine what step you may need to repeat. They might just need clarification of something, or it may be a new concern. Test close questions can be used throughout the process. For example, questions like, "What color do you prefer?" or "What size or model were you considering?" can be a natural flowing part of the conversation. They are not necessarily committing to the purchase, but their feedback can clue you in as to whether they're moving along with you or have purchased the product in their mind already. If the product is on sale, now is the time to state the discounted price versus the retail price. This adds a sense of urgency to purchase now. Let's review the 5 steps of the sale one last time. Step 1. Engage. Step 2. Probe with questions. Step 3. Identify the want or need. Step 4. Present the solution. Step 5. Ask for the sale. Summary. You can always refer to where a customer is in the funnel. This is not some rigid formula that always has to be followed step by step, but it is a game plan or strategy that you can reference and apply to virtually any type of sales situation. We have all encountered a desperate, directionless salesperson. Educating yourself with a strategy will keep you from becoming one. You'll recognize some customers will move down the funnel step by step, textbook style. Some will spin around and bounce back and forth from one level to the next before moving down. Others will move down, but then spin right out of the top. Others will barely make it in. The benefit of recognizing where a customer is currently helps you identify where you want to lead them to next. You have become a more effective salesperson. This strategy will allow you to recognize when the process is stalled and where you want to move it to. It can help you smoke out the people that just want to talk and have no interest in buying. If they will not move lower, trying to drag them along with all your product knowledge will normally fail and frustrate you as well. Recognize the situation quickly, politely excuse yourself, and move on to another opportunity. The ability to recognize that value must be established based on the customer's perception is where salesmanship begins. This concludes the Sales Fundamentals module.